Today is January the 14th, 1-14, and our title is Block 3D-O. Block 3D-O. So last week, your O started from the bottom and you worked your way to the top. Today we're going to start from the top and work our way to the bottom. Let's go ahead and divide our paper if we need to, vertically and horizontally, so you have 4 sections to work from. Forget to add the date, and let's get started. You've got 2 dots, one on each side, pretty far apart from each other. Find the middle, and you're going to go above slightly and below slightly. You're going to connect those together, to create a foreshortened square. It's just a squashed looking diamond here. Okay, bring it down on the left and down on the right. Those are equal lengths. You're bringing it straight up and down. And then in the middle, you're bringing that straight down. Whoops. I kind of made mine diagonal instead of straight up and down. You're going to bring that straight down as well. Okay, and then you're going to make sure that that line is a little bit longer than the other two. I can't seem to get that quite right. There we go. Okay, so if I'm not sure if this one's long enough, all I have to do is to line these up, these 2 other points, and I can see right here that it extends out, so it's fine. Okay, so down here you're going to connect the same way you did here, and the same way you did here, the same angle is going to match down here. Okay, so now you've got your cube, you've got your block to pull from. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to pull out this O. So I'm just going to curve the corners off. Okay, just curving them all the way off like this. And I'm going to go ahead and pull out the inside as well. Try to keep it as even as possible. You don't want one really skinny side for your O and one really fat side. Okay, you want to try to keep it equal all the way around if you can. Okay, sometimes it's easier said than done, but we'll get it worked out. Okay, I feel comfortable with that now. Okay, looks pretty good to me. And now what I'm going to do is the same thing that I did on Friday, which is I'm going to come off of the edges of the O and I'm going to pull that back following the top and bottom angles. So as you curve around this top part and you see this coming around, you're going to curve it and it's going to come back this same angle. Okay, just like that. So you're just coming right off of this O, you're coming straight back and you're stopping right here. You're going to do the same thing at the bottom. I'm going to tilt my book a little bit to help me get this angle. Okay, so it's curving, and I'm coming back right like that. Okay, so I've got that. Now I'm going to erase what I don't need, which is basically everything except for the O and these 2 lines. So, get rid of the rest of your box. All around it. We're just keeping the O and the top angle and the bottom angle. And getting rid of all that box. Okay, so now basically you have what looks kind of like a tube, like a toilet paper tube or a paper towel tube in a way. Okay, and now all we have left to do is to connect the top point here to the bottom point here. And how we're going to do that is just like how this is curving here, I'm going to curve it as well. Okay, now that looks a little bit off to me, so I'm going to extend that just a little bit. There we go. Pull it down. Okay, anytime something looks off to you or it looks better a certain way, go ahead and fix it. Okay, change it as you need to. That's what erasers are for. Okay, so now that you've got your O, let's add some shading and we'll be done. So we're going to do some dark to light starting from the top on the inside, and as I move down I'm going to progressively get lighter and lighter and lighter, okay, towards the bottom like that. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side, except I'm going to start at the bottom and I'm going to start dark at the bottom. And I'm going to work my way up and make it lighter as I move up the O. Okay, so I've got it fairly dark here. And I'm going to keep going up the side. And each time I make a pass, I'm still coloring over the other parts Okay, still doing that, but I'm making sure that as I move higher up that I'm lightening this up. Okay, last thing, we're doing a cast shadow off of the bottom of this. So just like how this is coming off of here, pretend like it's just whipping right off of this edge. You're going to go from corner to corner and stop. Okay, so you're pulling your angle this way. It's like a diagonal to the left. Okay, make sure it connects to the bottom of the O and fill it in darkly. Okay, it should be darker than your other shading. And that's the shadow of the O that's reflecting onto the ground, that's cast onto the ground. Okay? And there you have it. There is your Super 3D O. So I'd like you to make one of these today. Please make sure you erase any lines or marks that you don't need. Watch your proportion, that each thing is equal. Your O is equal all the way around. Don't forget your shading from dark to light as you go on the inside here, and from dark to light moving up on the outside here, and then a cast shadow underneath.